What's shaking, YouTubenites? Welcome to the Cover Price Shaker Show for January 30th, 2025. We got the Lords in the house, and it is the last Thursday of the month of January. So it's Thursday. We're getting close into the weekend. Let's get the weekend vibes going. You ready? While you're all congregating.
I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you.
That's right. We were lacking the female presence. That's right. Laura's not here. Marty's not here tonight. Marty's not here. Marty, we love you. But welcome, guys, to the Shaker Show. Like I said, for January 30th, we got the crew in the house. The boys are here. Chris is in the house. Gabe's in the house. Chris, what's going on?
So, Marty, I know you're watching, and I know you're not feeling good, but I want you to know that Lando was not saying that you are the female presence. So,
no, he's not.
Make sure that
DJ.
It is Thursday. You guys know what that means. It's time for your Shakers Report. I am super excited and super jazzed to be here tonight because I don't know about y'all, but I've had a hell of a week. And it has been just like, okay, when can I talk about comics and stop worrying about things that are too damn serious? Because I'm going to have a heart attack unless I get some geek time. You know what I mean? What's up, Gabe?
It's all you, Gabe.
It's all me. Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shakers. It's a man show right now. Thursdays is going to be just sausage fest from here on out. So, Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody remember the old school man show?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. Anyways, fun list tonight. A lot of great stuff today. Hopefully you out there watching, hopefully us here on the panel get to learn a little bit. That's what I love about Thursdays is there's some really cool, fun information that gets tossed out here. And it's a little bit more to add to our knowledge of comic books. And that's what I'm here for this week. Got the Shakers after we go through the top 10 list. Not top 10, but the 10 on the list. We got the Shakers. So stick around for that because that's where all the cool stuff happens.
Yeah, I took a glimpse, but Chris, I agree with you that the week's been pretty intense, man. I feel like January lasted like 8 weeks. Anyone else feel like January was long?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the news cycle never ends. We had that terrible plane crash just like, 45 miles away from me and just, there's the fires in California and just a bit. There's just so much stuff going on. We need some superheroes.
We do.
Thank God we can talk about comics.
Yeah, we have some superheroes out there taking care of all these things, but this is our time to disconnect. Let's talk some comics. So, guys, if you're ready, let's kick off the Shakers. All right, guys, this list comes from our friends at Cover Price, focusing on new high sales of, or the most interesting sales, of course, found on their exclusive Daily Shaker. This list changes several times every single day, so make sure to check it every day to review some of the hottest trending books on the market. Now, for Shaker number 1, what do we got?
Shaker number 1, we got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8, the George Gently Special Edition sketch, limited to 1,000 copies by Dark Horse in 2007. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was everywhere back in the day, launching the numerous careers of well-known actors and actresses, propelling innumerable spin-offs. Back in 1998, Dark Horse took up the task to create a Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic book apart from the stories that were featured on the show. It was an up and down venture before Dark Horse returned in 2007 after a 4-year break to deliver this book. It was the first issue of a continuation of the show and was considered canon. So avid Buffy fans were eager to secure a copy of this rare variant, despite the show ending 4 years before release. There was still an avid fan base, albeit much smaller, but it was still a decent fan base. What limited this promotion even further was the way that Dark Horse opted to print this run. On the cover itself, the book states it was limited to 1,000 copies. However, Dark Horse only distributed these books to 10 random local comic book stores based on their participation in the promotion, and each would receive 100 copies. So now you have a limited print with limited stores and a limited pool and a large fan base, and collectors had the dilemma of attempting to go chase it down or let it go. Recently, one collector opted to revisit this epic variant from George Genty, securing a reported 8.5 very fine raw copy for $219, a $90 jump from the previous high back in 2018. Interestingly, on the same day, a CGC 9.8 sold for $225. Earlier in the month, 2 9.6s sold for $225 and $125 respectively. The market for this book is strange. The prices are all over the place, but it appears that someone has been steadily releasing copies that they've been holding back, and maybe they were just recently found. Part of the renewed interest may be the rumors floating around that a new Buffy series is coming, but nothing has been revealed since January of last year. The limited Buffy comic series from Boom is the final Buffy that we have received as comic book fans. But despite that, the Buffy community is still going strong.
Very interesting. Look, I know there's talks of it coming back. Personally, without Sarah Michelle Gellar, I don't know if that's going to work, guys.
Well, remember, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a movie before it was a TV show, and it did not feature Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If I remember correctly, the actress, I don't remember who the actress was, but I think the villain was Pee Wee Herman, right? Paul Rubin?
He's never a villain. He's always a good guy. Unless you're set, never mind.
Am I remembering Paul Rubin as the vampire in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer the movie? I need to look that up.
Michael Baker saying Christy Swanson, but yeah, man. People say they loved the show of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know if I could say that. I did love the actress, of course, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Gabe, were you a big fan?
I never watched Buffy before. I'm not a Sarah Michelle Gellar fan. Like, doesn't do it for me. I dig her in the new Dexter series though. Yes. But as Buffy wasn't there for me. I mean, it's one of those shows very much like Charmed. If you guys remember Charmed, at my gym, for whatever reason, every time I go, Charmed is on or Buffy is on.
Why?
But it's on mute, which is the best way to watch both of those shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture you like trying to get your pump in watching Charmed or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know if that's motivating, bro.
Hey, it's a little, sometimes those shows help your testosterone boost up a little bit, if you get what I'm saying.
I mean, I understand, Gabe. It was on at the same time as Gilmore Girls, so you have priorities.
I wonder what I was doing at the time. I think maybe I was working. I think I had a job by then. I don't know. I was not a Sarah Michelle Gellar fan. Like, there's something just doesn't do it for me. And
so we've learned that Gabe has never seen Cruel Intentions. Okay.
No, I haven't. Probably for the same reasons.
I love how Cover Price was saying that Gabe was just too busy with One Tree Hill. That's the reality. That's what really happened, guys.
Or Party of Five.
Yep. But all right, guys. Shaker number 1, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 8, issue number 1, the George Genty special edition sketch, limited to 1,000 by Dark Horse in 2007, had a top sale for a raw VF copy at $219. Gabe, take it away with number 2.
All right. Number 2 this week. I love this cover. Captain America Living Legend number 2, the Dan Brereton vintage variant. This was a 1 in 50 that came out in 2013. So this 4-issue series features Captain America on a mission to investigate the crash of a top secret orbital station in Siberia, only to discover that an alien force has brought it down. The miniseries features beautiful covers by Adi Granoff and 4 vintage covers with 1 in 50 variants done by different artists. The second issue is an homage to the great EC series Haunt of Fear by Dan Brereton, with issue number 3 being an homage to the Silver Age DC books with a checkerboard border on top by Mike Allred, which Marvel paid homage to during their Assistant Editor Month in January of 1984, while issue 4 is an homage to Steve McQueen's movie Bullet by Francesco Francavilla. Each of these variants has had huge sales in the past, with the Allred variant selling for $450 raw last April, and the Francavilla variant selling for $200 raw last June. Well, with all that said, this week we saw the Brereton variant smash these sales with a graded 9.8 that sold for $690. These cool variants are hard to find, and with collectors looking for nostalgia, expect the next 9.8s to go for even bigger bucks.
Wild. I love this, man. Dude, the EC series, the homage covers, obviously this one with Haunt of Fear, this one's really well done.
Yeah, this is an amazing cover. Red Skull is one of my favorite villains of all time. Not my favorite villain of all time, but definitely in my top 3 as far as villains I like to see get beat up. This is an incredible cover. It's got so much going for it. 2013 was a time where I was on a break from comics. Had I known this was available, I probably would have paid up for it at the time.
Yeah, dude, no surprise to see this hitting a $690 price tag.
Yeah.
This is the first time I ever see this. I had no idea this ratio even existed.
This reminds me of another Captain America cover. I can't think of what it was. It's a Golden Age cover, and it's very similar to this with a really evil looking Red Skull. It's very EC looking as well. It's in the same EC style as everything else. I forgot what it was. There's a weird thing where Captain America stopped for a little bit and they started it up and they turned it into a horror book for a couple of issues. And I'm trying to figure out what it was, but my brain's not working today.
It's fine, man. I think all of our brains are on autopilot, but clearly someone's wallet wasn't, because Captain America Living Legend, issue number 2 by Dan Brereton, vintage variant, the 1 in 50, published by Marvel in 2013. Top sale, CGC 9.8, $690. Chris, take it away with Shaker number 3.
Shaker number 3, we have Evel Knievel by Marvel Comics in 1974. Evel Knievel was one of the greatest motorcycle stuntmen entertainers of the 1970s, and I would argue of all time. Attempting stunts like jumping over 50 cars in the Los Angeles Coliseum, jumping the Snake River, or his failed attempt to jump the fountains at Caesar's Palace, resulting in multiple broken bones. But if I remember correctly, he still gave the thumbs up because he's a badass. Between 1965 and 1980, he attempted a 75 ramp-to-ramp motorcycle jump and became a household name. Ideal Toys signed this man up for a licensing agreement from 1972 to 1977, creating action figures, stunt cycles, playsets, and even a female stunt cycle featuring Daring, selling over $125 million of Evel Knievel toys. The Evel Knievel comic book was a free promotional giveaway at toy stores that contain the first appearance of Knievel in comic books. As with most giveaways, they were treated poorly by the toy collectors, and the CGC census backs this one up. With over 174 universal grades, only 22 of them have a 9.8. This week, we recorded our first ever sale of a 9.8, and it was a doozy, selling for $499. There are many, many, many copies of this book out in the wild, and we have recorded many raw sales, but most of them are VG, with a market value of about $20. The real challenge is to find this book in near mint condition and land that puppy on the ramp after jumping over 7 school buses in a Shark Tank.
Oh, I like that. I like that finish right there, Chris. But yeah, this is neat, man. I remember growing up, Evel Knievel, of course. Who didn't know Evel Knievel? Daring with the crazy jumps. But man, every time I think Evel Knievel, I spoke about this on one of my shows. I can't help but think of a parody, which is Super Dave Osborne, absolute legend. I don't know if you guys remember him.
I remember Super Dave. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Dude, funniest stuff. The guy never succeeded at anything other than making us laugh, which was great times.
And it was all just like a dummy of him that they would throw off a bridge or blow up or something like that. The show was great. I love Super Dave.
I swear to God, I could go back and watch the entire run of Super Dave Osborne. It was so good. But what's neat about this, Chris, as you were saying, man, like this wasn't easy to come across. You guys see, it was a free book, right? It was published with the toys and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I coming across this in a 9.8 now is probably nearly impossible in a raw condition.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really impressed that a 9.8 got graded. Somebody let it go, and then somebody was lucky enough to buy it. This is pretty cool.
Yep, absolutely. But guys, that was Evel Knievel, and it was published by Marvel in 1974. Top sale for a CGC 9.8, $499. Gabe, take it away with shaker number 4.
All right, what do we got for number 4 this week? We got Fightin' Marines number 15. This is from good old St. John. I love St. John books. They show up on the list. St. John Publishing, 1951. Officially, the first issue of the series, formerly titled The Texan, Fighting Marines number 15 from 1951, features fabulous cover and interior art by Matt Baker. Mostly known for his game-changing Good Girl drawings, Baker also contributed to several other genres, including war comics. This violent cover features an American GI ambushing a fortified gunnery position, shooting the first of likely 3 enemy soldiers. This book is also unique due to its slightly oversized measurements. As war comics became more popular during the Second World War, St. John switched from their Western-themed series, like The Texan, to a war comic series, starting with this particular issue number 15, featuring the new title of Fighting Marines. It was followed by the official number 2 issue, running for a total of 12 issues until 1953, before being picked up a few years later by Charlton Comics in 1955. I wonder if DC owns them now. This past week, we saw a fabulous CGC 5.0 record sale for this coveted comic book, hitting a staggering $2,280. Just 6 months ago, a CGC 4.0 sold for only $780. Clearly, this rare Baker beauty has gained some traction amongst the collectors.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. I've personally never seen this. 1951 St. John's. I think the price tag kind of makes sense here for a 5.0. Chris, have you ever come across one of these?
Not this issue, but I have a large collection of Fighting Marines and our American Army and a bunch of the old 1950s comic war books. I got a a nice collection of them. They're all beat up. Some of them are in pretty good condition, but it's just, this is part of Americana, basically. 1940s and 1950s. War was a really big thing. Superheroes were still kinda on the fringe. I'm not going to say fully on the fringe. And so you had, what kind of books did you have? You had romance books, you had war books, and you had horror
Westerns.
And Westerns, yeah. So, and probably cartoon books like the Looney Tunes and the Mickey Mouse books. So this was just part of the genre at the time. I know that it's probably a little shocking to some people, but these books were pretty popular. And if you can find it, you can probably find them today for pretty cheap. I've managed to pick up most of my old war books for pretty cheap because you can get them in the back issue bins or in old collections. And I don't know, I dig them. I really like them.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I think the cover is amazing. Obviously pretty intense. That guy didn't make it, that's for sure. But yeah, man.
Flesh wound.
Yeah, very flesh wound. That's it. Nothing more.
Come on. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, man.
You can just walk it off.
It's a scratch. It's scratch.
Yeah, just rub some dirt in it. You're fine.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yeah. But pretty neat cover. You got Fighting Marines number 15 by St. John in 1951 with a top sale CGC 5.0, $2,280. Guys, this right here is probably one of my favorite books as we speak.
Yeah, so before I talk about this book, Lando, if you can put up the videos, the talking heads just for this. I'm digging this show. I'm loving this show. And I like being here with all you guys. So I want to do a giveaway today. This is what I'm gonna do, right? We're gonna figure out a question. I'm gonna assign I'm not gonna assign, I'm gonna request that Lando come up with a question for the giveaway. And what I'll do is because I am the yo-yo guy and I love yo-yos, I will mail the winner their choice color of one of these Yo-Yo Factory yo-yos. Nice. These are great beginner yo-yos, great yo-yos to learn how to yo-yo with. So I'm happy to give one away. I will mail it to them. My only request is that we keep it in the continental U.S. Just so I'm not breaking my bank. Just keep in mind that we do this show for free. So we'll figure it out. We will ask a question that has to do with the show. Lando, you said you have the giveaway tool and it's working, right?
Yeah, so the giveaway tool is actually with hashtags, but it's okay. If you want to do a question, we'll do a question at the end and
we can do hashtags too. I mean, so how are they going to do this? Are they going to put hashtags in the comment section? Or are they going to put a comment down below?
Yeah, no. So what we'll do at the end of the show, we'll give you guys a hashtag that you got to put up. Hashtag it within the comment section with the word. And yeah, you'll be entered to win. So we could do it that fashion. We'll get to that, like I said, after we run through the shakers, or as we're running through the shakers, we'll ask you guys to put the hashtag. That's cool of you, though.
Yeah, so stick around after our top 10 list. We're gonna give away a yo-yo. I'll give away a yo-yo. We'll do a little thing, and since we're here and we're talking about it in the middle of the list, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when we're going live, and damn it, talk to us. Because that's what we like to do. I got in a legitimate argument with somebody a couple weeks back in the comment section, and it was just a good time. So, come on.
Stop fighting, Chris. Stop fighting, Chris. We appreciate all of you for tuning in, but let's get into the shaker, which is right here at number 5.
All right. So shaker number 5, we have grommets number 1. The Jonathan Wayshek 1-in-20 variant by Image Comics in 2024. This badass cover right here looks back at the skateboard culture of the 1980s. Grommets launched as a title in May of 2024 from Image Comics and struck a chord with its fans for the raw look at growing up without parents in the age of punk rock. The series, created by Rick Remender, Brian Posehn, Brett Parson, and Moreno Denisio, is still ongoing on Remember's Giant Generator imprint, with the seventh issue due in March. Taken from the skater slang, grommet was once a commonly used term for a young, up-and-coming skater or surfer. According to Remember, he spent the first 11 years of his life being humiliated in competition team sports, but that all ended the day that he rode his first skateboard. When Grommets was announced in 2023, several variant covers by David Lampa, Andrew Robinson, Alex Regal, Chuck Beebe, and John Washek were teased, but the latter seems to be catching the most heat. Washek, who has produced a handful of coveted variants for other image imprints like Transformers, focused in on the retro aesthetics of the arcade in this 1 in 25 retailer variant. I think that should be 1 in 20 retailer variant. Calling back to the kind of video game promotions that we used to see in pages of Nintendo Power or GamePro. Since this issue debuted last year, it's seen strong sales, including a 9.8 graded sale of $166 last October. More recently, a near mint raw copy sold for nearly $200, which is well above the previous sale back in early of November 2024. Look, this is pretty awesome. I mean, I like Galaga. It's one of my favorite vintage games when you talk about old arcade stand-ups and everything. So I really dig this cover. I didn't know it existed. This is definitely something that I would buy just for the cover and hope that the story is good. And from everything that it's saying in the read from Cover Price, this is probably a pretty good story.
Yeah, it is. Gabe.
I think it's a pretty sweet cover. Rick Remender knows his 80s stuff. Like his Deadly Class was like kind of set like in the 80s. There's like a bunch of punk kids. This seems to be kind of in the same vein with a bunch of skater kids. Love the Pac-Man video game here on the cover. Super cool. I love just that whole aesthetic. You know, this is in some like dirty 7-Eleven or something like that. So it's cool. I haven't read the book before. I'll probably pick it up if it in a trade paperback or a hardcover, because I love Rick Remender, and Brian Posehn is another really good writer, comedian, actor that turned into a comic book writer as well. So yeah. I do want to check it out.
Yeah, Gabe, you can't go wrong by picking this up in a trade paperback. Like, if you missed out and you didn't have the opportunity to do so, it's such a good, fun read. Man, I think it was Michael Baker in the chat that was talking about the 7-Eleven cover. I don't know if you guys saw that one. I love that cover, man. There's just so much throwback to this. I was a skater boy. That's right, Avril Lavigne. Back in the day, I hit the skateboard. I hit the skateboards, and yeah, man. So this takes me back. I really enjoyed this read. You know, forget the nostalgia stuff. It's actually just a great story, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm happy to see that Grommets #1, the Jonathan Washak variant, the 1 in 20 by Image that came out in 2024, had a top sale in a raw, near mint condition at $199. Kudos, Image. But all right, let's get to another one of my favorites, Shaker #6, guys.
All right, check this bad boy. Talking about video games, here we go with Legend of Zelda #5. This is the $1.95 price point from Valiant Comics in 1990. If you're a dedicated visitor to our Shaker Show, you'll likely notice that Link consistently appears on our list. The Legend of Zelda is more than just a video game. It's an endearing saga that has etched its mark into the annals of both Nintendo's illustrious history and the broader sphere of pulp culture. While many fans are enchanted by Link's celebrated debut in Nintendo Power #5, or his initial comic book appearance in the Nintendo Comic System sneak preview, this week we have a captivating sell that merits everyone's attention. The Legend of Zelda #5. Recently, this book achieved a remarkable milestone, fetching an impressive all-time high of $485 for the CGC 9.8. Despite lacking key features, this comic's rising desirability underscores a noteworthy trend. The once abundant titles connected to the Zelda franchise are becoming increasingly rare. As collectors search for ways to deepen their connection with the series, many may find themselves navigating uncharted waters, exploring alternate avenues to secure cool pieces of the Zelda legacy. So I think all that saying, somebody knows what's up. There must be, maybe, read the tea leaves, as Tim would say, something's happening in the future, it seems like. Maybe somebody knows about a Zelda movie or something like that, because Zelda has been popping up a lot on the sales lately.
I
Yeah,
don't.
there's
I don't
been.
know.
Go ahead, Chris. Go.
I don't know if I want a Zelda movie. I'm worried that they would like ruin it. They might make Link talk or something. I don't know. I don't want that.
Yeah, same. Same. I don't want to see him talk. That's for sure. I mean, he's never spoken once in video games, other than his ridiculous screams. But what I like about this, and I find interesting, is that Legend of Zelda #5. As you can see, we're talking about the $195 price variant. At the bottom left there, you see the Nintendo logo. If you come across a copy without that and you just see a barcode, that's because it's the second print. There's a first print that came out in 1990, but the second print followed in 1991. So if ever you come across it, that's how you can identify it. And what's interesting is that there's actually more CGC copies on the census on the first print than there are on the second print. So I don't know if people knew about that. I don't think it's, I wonder if the second print would see a little more premium, but I highly doubt it. CGC 9.8 of Legend of Zelda #5, the 1 in 95 price variant by Acclaim Valiant. In 1990, top sale for a CGC 9.8, $485. Very impressive. Love this book. Love Zelda. But what do we got up next for Shaker #7?
Shaker #7, we have Quake Shield 50th Anniversary, #1 by Marvel back in 2015. If this comic looks familiar, then you may have noticed that Quake has been the lead image for our Shaker report. Released as a 5-year part series highlighting different Shield related characters such as Agent Carter, Nick Fury, and Melinda May the Cavalier. Several of the characters picked to represent the 50th anniversary of S.H.I.E.L.D. have been key players in the ABC Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. The show focused on a team of agents who struggled to keep the world safe. Daisy was one of the lead characters and played a huge role in the show. As the story progressed, fans watched Psyche turn into Quake. It has been a long-standing educated wish that Quake, played by Chloe Benton, would someday cross over to the MCU proper, perhaps becoming an Avenger, maybe in Avenger Secret Wars. Recently, a 9.8 sold for $102.
Interesting. I mean, $102 doesn't sound massive, but it's pretty interesting. Again, it's a nice Nakayama cover.
Yeah, I mean, if it didn't say Quake across the top, I would have sworn that this is, Maria Hill, but I don't know. This isn't a variant or anything either, right? This is just like the cover A, right?
That's right. There's other variants for this one that are pretty nice covers, but there's even that toy action figure one of, I think it's like Shield of Quake. The whole TV show that just people don't want to remember, that one. Yeah,
I refuse to acknowledge his existence. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Gabe, what's your thoughts?
I think I pretend that the Inhumans series never happened either.
Yeah.
Right there. What Inhuman series? What?
Yeah, what? What do you mean they cut her hair off? What?
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is an odd book. I mean, it's $102 for a 9.8. That seems kind of cool. I I don't know. Do we think she's going to show up in Secret Wars? Everybody seems to really be casting their line into the lake of superheroes to just pull out whatever they think they can that's going to happen in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be Hydra Cap. Oh, it's going to be this, or it's going to be that. Everybody seems to have their own unsubstantiated rumors that they just keep following. So that's always interesting to see what might come out of that.
Maybe it's not the MCU. Maybe Quake will be a new character in Marvel Rivals.
Oh, God. Do we really think that's what's going to happen? I mean, Marvel Rivals wouldn't surprise me. We've seen so many characters already. There's more down
talking about area of effect, right? She would have an area of effect powers. She would fit right in.
Yeah. JS says, sure, let's roll on Dazzler again while we're at it. But yeah, man. So very interesting sale right here. You have Quake Shield 50th anniversary #1 by Marvel in 2015 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $102. Guys, brace yourselves for shaker number 8.
Shaker number 8, we have Spidey Super Stories number 19, one of my favorite vintage Spider-Man series that's apart from the main Spider-Man line. This is from Marvel in 1976. Spider-Man is no stranger to shaking up the Shakers list and the Shaker market, but this hidden gem might be underneath your radar. Spidey Super Stories just set an all-time new high with a CGC 9.8 sale for $2,000.
Damn!
Yep.
Thank you. On January 26th. This marks the only recorded sale for a graded copy. And given that only 4 9.8s exist on the census, it's no surprise that demand has pushed this book up to new heights. With 42 graded copies and 105 recorded raw sales, most commonly in a fine condition with a fair market value of around $25. This issue is proving to be a true sleeper hit. Originally part of the Spidey Super Stories and All Ages series that ran from 1975 to 1982. This issue features a classic battle between Spider-Man and Dr. Doom, written by Jim Skelkrup and Larry Lieber, with art by Winslow Mortimer, Mike Espito, and Tony Mortadella. I think they just put the names in these just to torture me.
Probably.
I really do.
Probably.
Unpronounceable. What happened to John Smith? This issue also includes a Silver Surfer backup story and an Electric Company inspired tale and a collectible Spidey stamp featuring Dr. Doom. Pristine copies with the original Spidey stamp intact are exceptionally rare, making them highly sought after by collectors. This book may have been overlooked for years due to its kid-friendly nature, but its scarcity in a high grade and the growing appreciation for Spidey Super Stories as a unique piece of Marvel history are making it a serious collectible. Whether you're a fan of Doom covers, Silver Surfer appearances, or vintage Spidey books like Dr. Yo-Yo, this issue is proving that even all ages comics can command premium prices in today's market.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
$2,000 is out of control for this book. I get it. It's a 9.8, but I don't know where the demand is coming from. I don't know how all of a sudden these Electric Company Spidey Super Series or Super Stories have just been skyrocketing lately. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm very interested to find out. Just doesn't make any sense to me right now.
I've got a bunch of these. None of them are in good condition. I've never seen one in good condition. And all of these crazy sales are them in like a 9.6 or a 9.8. So I think that really that's what it comes down to, Gabe. I think it's just so damn rare to find these kids' books in good condition.
Yeah, dude, you just finished saying how there's only 4 9.8s on the census, so that's pretty impressive. I guess the scarcity of such is probably what's driving this, but it's not the first time I'm seeing Spidey Super Stories this not just this year, the last couple of months. I've seen a couple of issues come to rise here and get some premium. It's pretty cool to see. Again, the electric company is not something I entirely grew up with. That was more of a 70s thing. I'm a 90s baby. But I mean, for some of us, I guess, for some of you, it might be a throwback. I don't think the electric company is driving any of these sales. I really think it comes down to the scarcity. Those 4 copies. I've never seen this in high grade ever. Anything Spidey Super Stories, to be honest.
Yeah, $2,000 is just a lot to spend on something just because it's high grade.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I know a lot of people out there who just kind of look at the pop reports or the census and just go, oh, well, there's only like 3 9/8 of this, and they hunt them down. But still, $2,000 that's a lot of money to throw down. That's like $12,000 Canadian to throw down on just a seemingly random book.
No, you're talking at least 400,000 Canadian.
So much maple syrup.
Yeah. But anyways, man, pretty interesting. Spidey Super Stories, issue 19 by Marvel in 1976, had a top sale this week for a CGC 9/8 at $2,000. Now, Trekkies, throw your split fingers up in the air because it's shaker number 9, baby.
Number 9, we got Star Trek Defiant number 8, the J.J. Lindo retailer cover. That's a 1 in 50. This came out IDW 2023. Sometimes all that is needed for a good shaker is a great cover, a little scarcity, and a dash of nostalgia. This week, one such book has boldly gone to a new all-time high raw sale as a 1 in 50 variant copy of Star Trek Defiant number 8 sold for $175. This spin-off series from IDW runs parallel to the main ongoing Star Trek series and follows the crew of the USS Defiant as they attempt to track down and stop a cult attempting to commit atrocities across the galaxy. However, if this variant is of any indication, it appears that the leader of this mission, Worf, is looking to do some recruiting. This fantastic cover features everyone's favorite fist-fighting, prune juice drinking, poetry-loving Klingon looking for a new crew in a brilliant homage to James Montgomery's Flag's classic Uncle Sam, I Want You recruitment posters from World War I era. There are 2 versions of this cover, the other being a 1 in 25 trade dress version that doesn't feature Worf Wants You. Does not feature the Worf Wants You wording. The reason behind the big price on this book is most likely due to the 1 in 50 ratio, as it was not likely a book that was heavily ordered. Regardless of the scarcity, this is a great homage variant and a fantastic depiction of the character who has appeared in more episodes of Star Trek than any other in the series' long history. Live long and prosper.
Yep. I know exactly who wrote up that one. But Worf, yeah, man. Dude, Star Trek totally wasn't my jam, so I apologize to all the Trekkie fans. But one thing I am noticing a lot more lately is that these IDW retailer incentives are popping up and really doing some damage on the lists, man. Like Raw Near Mint for this 1 in 50, 175. I don't imagine shops were ordering 50 copies of Star Trek Defiant number 8.
Ain't nobody ordering. This is definitely a pull box title.
Yeah.
Yeah, this cover's amazing. I am a Trek fan. I mean, I grew up on the New Generation and Voyager and Deep Space Nine, and I Worf was my dude, and he was badass and awesome, and then along came that little brat Alexander. But this is an awesome cover. It's got the Uncle Sam homage. Me being a military background, I love the Uncle Sam homages, and I like Worf, and I got to get this coming. This is on my get list. I'm going to go to Cover Price and add to my wish list right now because this is badass. I got to get this.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Alexander sucks.
Yeah, it's a very nice cover, but the $175 price tag for a Raw Near Mint is It's pretty impressive. But Trek Wars in the chat right now is saying that a CGC 98 is on sale on eBay right now for $599.
Yeah, I'll pass.
IDW might be having some issues themselves. I was reading on Bleeding Cool earlier. So
Really?
some of these IDW variants might be getting a little bit more popular.
Yeah, I saw that article as well. It's a very interesting one. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to catch that, but if you didn't, definitely go check it out. Before we get to the final shaker, I want to remind you that Star Trek Defiant number 8, the JJ Lendl retailer incentive poster variant, the 1 in 50 by IDW in 2023, had a top sale of a raw near mint copy at $175. Guys, we're about to get into the final shaker, but hang tight because we have a little giveaway coming. Guys, shaker number 10.
All right, shaker number 10, we got Wolverine number 1, the 2024 New York Comic Con Magic the Gathering edition by Marvel Comics in 2024. What happens when two of the largest entertainment titans in the world collide? You get some epic Magic the Gathering cards and comics. Magic and Marvel are finally collaborating for a Universes Beyond crossover that'll be even bigger than the others released before it, such as Fallout, Doctor Who, Jurassic World, and Warhammer, and Lord of the Rings. The full Marvel Spider-Man Magic Gathering set will launch sometime in 2025. I will buy 1 billion boxes of it. It remains to be seen whether or not pre-built commander decks will accompany of it. You damn no they will. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I'm sorry. When the news was first announced at New York Comic Con, the art and the cards were accompanied by some polybag promotional variant covers. Storm number 1 and Wolverine number 1 are the books that convention attendees had the opportunity to receive when they were at the MTC versus X Marvel panel. Each cover features art from the game card and the popular Magic trading card game in the reading area to show what it does. Wolverine is a 2/2 with adamantium claws, and he is the best at what he does, and what he does is not very nice. Each cover features art from the game. The popularity of the Magic the Gathering card game in this space is difficult to understate. Magic the Gathering is a long-living game, and it will continue to be so, regardless of how many IPs they pump into it. It's not surprising to see that these books are going for a highly sought-after public. Recently, a CGC 9.8 sold for $400.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot about this to like, and I'm going to go into a little bit of Magic the Gathering lore for you. Wolverine's a 2/2, which means that he's a bear, which is hilarious. He has regeneration, and the flavor text built into his abilities is wonderful. He's a mutant berserker hero. There's a lot to like here. I've played Magic since Alpha 1993, so I am indoctrinated into this, and I love Marvel Comics. This is right up my alley, and I wish I owned one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Gabe, do you have anything to add to Magic the Gathering edition of Wolverine number 1?
I think Chris covered it all. I mean, this is a nice cover and everything. I don't know, if there was a story in here or what. Cool cover, and man, $400 for a 9.8 for this. That's impressive.
It is. I know that it was all the rage, man. Out of New York Comic Con 2024, people were going nuts for these. We saw even there was, I think there was a Doctor Strange promo card that had come out of that, or it was a Storm one.
There was a Storm one, there was a Captain America, there was a Wolverine, and those all came out at the same time that Wizards of the Coast dropped their Secret Lair direct-to-consumer sales on the website.
Yeah.
Those go for quite a pretty penny, just the cards themselves. So the card with the comic, that's a big deal.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. But guys, the final shaker of the night was Wolverine number 1, the 2024 New York Comic Con Magic the Gathering edition by Marvel in 2024. Had a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $400. Now, don't go anywhere, guys, because we have a giveaway tonight, and we're gonna ask you guys to, put some hashtag in the comment section down below. While we gather those hashtags, we are gonna run through some of those daily shakers that are taking place. So, Gabe, get ready to share your screen, Mr. Chris. What do we want to ask the people to hashtag?
Let's do something yo-yo related. Something. You got it. Go ahead. What you gonna do there, Lando?
Yep, that's the one.
It's something. Go ahead.
It's because you're a yo-yo guy, right? You are a yo-yo
What
guy.
is that reference? What's the reference to that, Lando?
Oh, do me, Yo-Yo Master. I want you to do me because you're the yo-yo guy.
That's right.
Mr.
Chris. Hey, man, we're giving away yo-yos tonight, so thank you, Chris.
Awesome. Right. So
There's no other comic book show out there that's giving away yo-yos. So
that's right. So
this is what the show's about.
Go into the live comments, and you know what? I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to do one for the comments, and next week, prior to the show, or maybe on the show, I'll pick another one from the comment section on this for the replay. So you got two chances, okay? Put hashtag Do Me Yo-Yo Master in the live comments. If you don't win, go to the comment section of the video after the live show. Put hashtag Do Me Yo-Yo Master. I will figure out a way to collect. You will pick between. We got cherry red, neon green, and the true black right here. Yo-Yo Factory Yo-Yo, the Whip, great beginner Yo-Yo. I'll be happy to ship them off to you guys. Slinky, Venom, you are dead to me. And just keep hitting that hashtag. Meanwhile, Lando, don't we have a? I think we have something for getting the shaker report ready, don't we?
Yeah, Gabe's going to take it away and show us what's shaking on the daily stuff over on Cover Price's website. But Chris put together a little something for you guys to keep the vibes going. So let's kick it.
Shake it now, feel the beat, move it, shake it loud, on repeat, party started, never stop, shake it like nobody's watching, rock the top, shake it on the floor, it's the shaker report, feel the vibe and let it transport, shake till you drop, hands in the air, the shaker report, party everywhere.
So yeah, there you go, baby.
Yo-Yo Master.
It cuts, but shout out to the Yo-Yo Master for that one. All right, Gabe, let's take it away.
Let's do it, man. Let's bring on the shakers right here on Cover Price. We'll take a look at shakers. I haven't looked at it yet, so we're all going to figure this out together. What cool stuff. I always love the top row. Look at the heavy hitters on this top row here. You got a Hulk 181. You got Amazing Spider-Man 1, Fantastic Four, number 5. Gotta love when you finally see some Green Lantern love going on here with that Showcase 22, Spider-Man 129 with Punisher, and of course, an awesome Daredevil number 1. Not bad prices. 9.2 for $3,500 on that Punisher.
Yeah, dude.
If I had $3,300, I'd be getting myself a 9.2 Punisher right now.
Absolutely, man. And that's a pretty decent sale, in my opinion, especially when you factor that, like, we're going to be seeing him very shortly in Daredevil.
It's just such an important comic book. Like, it's just a snippet of what was going on in this era of comics where movies and everything was all, anti-heroes and vengeance and stuff like that. So, But yeah, you got Daredevil, you got Punisher. I wonder, is there a Daredevil show coming up at Punisher? Obviously there is at this point.
Yeah. Dude, that first Punisher is like my ultimate grail. Along with that ASM 50.
Yeah, everybody, that ASM 15 that's like one of the holy trinity of comics.
Every one of these on that top row are grails for me. Every single one of them. They're all books I wish I owned.
Yeah. Neat.
I agree. What else we got going on here? We got
more affordable things.
If only. If only. I love this Green Lantern 87 here, where John Stewart becomes a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Yeah. I love this whole Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams run of Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Great stuff there.
Yeah.
What is it going for? First John Stewart, $2,000 for
Hey,
94.
9-4.
Not bad. I mean, look, an 8. An 8's a really like respectable grade, I think, for 500, 535. I think that's doable. That's doable.
Yeah, 535. I'm a buyer. Look for books as such. Like I'm even comfortable at a 7.0 as long as it, know it presents well. But
it definitely does matter when it comes down to like cover eye appeal for sure.
Yeah, but that's Superman 6. Wow, that's a good cover.
And then everybody in the chat, is anything you want us to click on? Let us know because I can't see the chat. I'm trying
for a 1.0 right there. Look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah, but for Superman 6, yeah.
Jeez.
This beautiful yellow cover. Oh, this is really cool stuff. And it's signed by Clark Kent. I mean, Superman.
Yeah.
Good job giving away your identity right there, buddy.
It took him only 6 issues to give it away.
1940, though. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. How much was the sale? Sorry, I missed it.
$2,000.
$2,000 for what grade?
A 1.
Wow. Hey, you know what? That's a good buy in my opinion.
That's fair. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah. I agree, man.
What's that Silver Streak comics on the one next row down, all the way to the right?
We got some good old horror stuff here from 1939.
There's a 1.5 for $1,300. That's pretty impressive.
That's wicked.
Almost a blonde in a red dress. And this she counts burgundy.
Oh, there is a blonde and a red dress.
Yeah, they count.
There's a blonde and a creepy monster in a red dress. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat cover, man. It's it's like look at the coffins in the background creeping out of there. Those guys. You got the heads dangling on the chain. This is pretty intense, man. For
Namor using a gun. I mean,
this is one of those things where, like, I'm gonna just predate Superman. I don't know, but this is one of those things where it's like, how does something like this survive?
Look at the bicep on that. I mean, that guy's ripped. He's got Scott Steiner arms going on.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. His bicep looks too big.
Yeah,
it looks a little weird. Like I think he might have ripped that muscle at some point or something.
Yeah, I think he's favoring the right arm. Is all I'm going to
say. Well, that is the gun. That is the hand that's holding the gun. So
it is
in more ways than one.
My man.
Big pop.
Yeah.
Royal Rumbles this weekend, guys. I'm looking forward to that.
I can't
wait. Mariner is dope here. This 27.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like how do you chain somebody to a whale? That is awesome.
Oh my god.
This counts as a bondage cover for all those bondage cover collectors out there. It's not Wonder Woman, but still.
That doesn't look like it's holding him down very well.
Guys, am I the only one who never jived with Namor's wings on his ankles?
I've never jived with Namor
to begin with.
Yeah.
I love Namor. I love the wings. Very Mercury. I love his little Speedo that he wears. I love everything about Namor.
Smaller the better, right, Gabe?
No one's judging.
Right. That's not small enough. Like, I just love it's Submariner. It's Namor. He was the first superhero to ever fly in comic books.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are Venom saying I remember when they got burned off.
What else we got? Oh, look at that Star Wars. That's the last issue, right?
Yeah, that's the last issue of Star Wars. Yeah, this is a newsstand at that too.
Yo, the Newsy had a premium or what, man?
Yeah, it's a high grade too. 9.8 sold. Look at that price difference though. 9.2 to a 9.8. You're looking at $1,000 difference. That is nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's the variant? Okay, so here's the direct market. Yeah. It's $42 raw for VF, where the newsstand is $60.
Well, that's the Mark Jewelers.
Oh, that's Mark Jewelers, excuse me.
Scroll up for the Raw newsstand. Raw newsstand 45.
45.
Yeah.
Interesting. I do like the cover though.
Yeah.
One big happy family.
It's just a weird cover. I don't know. There's something weird about the way the green dress and the sleeveless shirt on Luke.
Yeah.
I'm more distracted by the way that Chewie is holding Lando.
Yeah, don't hold me like that.
Something's going on. Invincible #1. I've had a few copies of this book in my time.
Oh yeah?
Such a hard book to find. It used to be like, a book no one cared about.
I remember in an interview where I think he said that Kirkman said that there were only 10,000 copies printed of #1.
How many?
10,000.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
I feel like I see this book so often though, like for sale.
I mean,
It was a low-selling book for a while. It was almost getting canceled.
There have been a lot of reprints, they're like variant reprints. So
Yeah,
for sure.
what you've seen?
Yeah, no, the reprints I know. I've actually collected multiple of them because I've never had the opportunity to own this. Like Gabe. Gabe's had multiple. That means he's gotten rid of them. I don't know how you part with such a book, Gabe. How'd you do it?
I had a 9.8, and this is right when the show was first coming out. So I had two 9.8s, and I sold them for a really good amount of money that I used to put down the interest payment on my current house.
Oh, that's worth it.
That's more than fair. Yeah, more than fair. But the fact that book was capable of doing that for you speaks volumes.
Yep.
Is that a Doom book on the next row?
It is Doom because so we got Invincible that has a show. Season 3 is coming out soon, and Doom.
Yeah,
I think there's some Doom, like a Doom movie or a new game coming out or something.
So that's the 1996 E3 edition. That's 1996. Oh my God, I was at that E3. Why don't I have this comic?
Well, this is very concerning, Chris. I'm disappointed.
Like even this copy, like it's obviously a scan of a copy, and it's like all beat up. Like this is a pretty beat copy too. But I don't know. I don't.
It drives me nuts. 96. I went to 95, 96, and 97 E3s. I think 98 was they moved it to somewhere else.
Look at that, a 9.4 of it for $3,000 2 years ago.
Yeah,
that's nuts, dude.
Can you imagine what a 9.8 would go for right now? It was,
well, look now. I think the sale that at the top, the latest sale was what, a 9.0?
A 9.0 for 1,100.
Pretty impressive.
Those were being so the way that E3 works. It's if you've never been to E3 or CES, this is how it used to be. It's not like this anymore. But all of the video game companies used to have their own booths, and they'd be promoting all of the things that they were going to do for the year, stuff like that. And they'd have that's kind of where the term booth babes come from, because they would hire pretty girls to talk to the video game geeks and other programmers and video game journalists. This wasn't something that was open to the public mostly. So the only people who got those books were family members of video game creators like me, video game creators or journalists, and you had to go to the booth and usually do a demo of the game in order to get whatever it was they were going away. If you guys remember the video game You Don't Know Jack, I did the booth for You Don't Know Jack. I won the booth for You Don't Know Jack, and they gave me a free copy of the game.
Nice.
That's wicked.
I like this Action Comics with this really cool, like,
it's trippy.
Yeah, this is a real trippy, like, multicolored cover here.
Yeah, I like that. Issue 89. Every time I see that 423 breaks my heart, but yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. That is
this is a wild cover, dude. I like it. I would love to run across this one day and pick it up.
Yeah. I think that is totally a wall book.
What was the book you said that you see? Oh, the 423.
It's the one book I want in my collection, man. Like I've been wanting forever, and I still never got one.
It's
got
so
that-
expensive for just for it just being iconic. Like nothing happens in the book. Like it's
No,
not
I know.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's such a pricey book, man. It's beautiful though. I love the cover.
Yeah, dude, it's one of my favorite McFarlane covers.
Yeah.
Like
A
get
fine for $100, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna spend $100 on a 5.0
Nah, me
on
neither.
a fairly modern book.
Yeah,
That's crazy town.
I think that's what prevents me is like, I think we've been collecting for quite a while, right? So when we see prices on certain books like that, we're like, ugh, you're
It was really
afraid.
pretty great. I'm like $100 for like a 5. Like that's a book from 1988 to be a 5 would have to be just mangled.
Yeah, I agree. Gabe,
A lot of Submariner on this list this week. There's another Submariner book here with Doom.
yeah, there's a lot of them. I noticed.
Yeah. Maybe Submariner's coming back. I don't know.
Well, I would assume so. We do know that. Didn't they say they have like Black Panther 3 now in the pipeline? Or something
Apparently,
like that?
yeah. They're supposed to be like apparently recasting T'Challa, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I just love how Batman just creeping in on Two-Face as he's, in his house,
Yeah.
minding his own business, smoking cigarettes. Here's something you don't see on comic book covers ever anymore is cigarettes.
Look at his living room though. The left half, the non-evil half is all clean and perfect and pristine, and the other half, the beaten is all gross and disgusting.
Yeah. It's a fine detail to this cover. It really like adds to it.
Yeah, even like the coffee tables, one's all covered in like, dirty never mind, but like dirty magazines, not those kinds of dirty magazines, but just magazines that are dirty.
Yeah, beer ashtrays.
Maybe those are magazines.
Yeah, I can only imagine what the dirty and the clean side of his magazines look like.
Look at that, Something Is Killing the Children. That looks like it's popping up again. I wonder if there's been some action on the rumor of the TV show.
Well, the last I had seen was James Tynion posting, I think it was on his socials, that like he had the script in front of him that he was presenting or something. So, and that was I think it was a few months ago.
I mean, it's gone up a little bit. I mean, 9/8 are the most common slabs for about $693. Now it's about $720.
Yeah. So this is a potential. You might see this as a really big spike. I think it'd be worth going into this series and just capturing all the keys. First appearances of the various characters and stuff like that. Because if you can't afford number 1, you can probably afford first appearance of a couple of the characters.
So Submariner with Dr. Doom and a blonde in a red dress in the swamp.
There you go. I like that one. That's a cool.
Doom always looks cool. I don't think I've ever seen like a bad looking Dr. Doom.
Except for the last movie.
Oh yeah, I meant comic book art wise.
He had backward knees.
I love that Fantastic Four book.
Hashtag Do Me Yo-Yo Master. Come on, get it in there. Hashtag
Like,
Master.
The number 8, the first Puppet Master and Alicia Masters.
Yes, sir. What a book.
Yeah, I don't know what grade I got, but I do have this book.
It's such a insane cover. I don't know what it is about it that I just I really enjoy the cover. It's creepy. It's just so good.
Yeah. Also, I mean, well, it's the first appearance of the Puppet Master, but it's also the first appearance of Alicia Masters, the Thing's girlfriend, who is basically like the 5th member of the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
All right. So that's the Shakers this week, everybody.
Booyah. That was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Gabe. I
Word.
love it. Now, guys, it's time we do the giveaway and then we say our goodbyes. So, if you didn't have a chance, collecting them now for one last second. Hashtag Do Me Yo-Yo Master. Yes, that's the hashtag we went with tonight. I apologize. Chris, exactly, is giving away those yo-yos. You get to pick one as part of this giveaway. So, if you saw a color you liked, well, that's what you can ask him for, should you win. So, we're going to get this going now. I'm going to share my screen so nobody thinks this is rigged. Hashtag Do Me Yo-Yo Master. is the giveaway hashtag in the chat tonight. So I'm going to count it down. We have 24 entries, guys. We're going to do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see who's going to win it. Does anybody want to give me a drum roll? Let's go.
Come on, no whammies, no whammies.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Yo, JSS.
Nice.
There you go, man. JSS.
Long time viewer, first time caller. Thank you, JSS. I think you follow me on Instagram. Just hit me up on Instagram at Dr. Yo-Yo at DRYOYO. Send me your address. Tell me what color you want, green, red, or black, and I will send it your way.
Yeah, there you go. That's amazing, man. I'm happy you guys all had the opportunity to win this. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. But before we say goodbye, we're going to go around the horn. So, Chris, take it away.
So this has been a really, really rough week. You guys know that I work in some form of government. All of these executive orders are causing a lot of work to come across my desk with very, very, very short timelines, like implement this in 3 hours kind of thing. And it's just a lot. So I'm excited for this weekend to start. I've been looking forward to this show all week. I'm so glad to hang out with you guys. So thank you so much for letting me do a giveaway. Thanks for letting me, throw together that AI generated video that's free from any copyright strikes. It only took me 10 hours to make. And also,
no way.
And,
Thanks for doing that.
It just I had a great time. Looking forward to this weekend. It's the Royal Rumble. I got my money on Cena on the men's Rumble and Flair on the women's Rumble, and I don't think that they should win, but I think that's who's going to win. That's how it is. Also, if you're on the rewind, put hashtag DoMeYoYoMaster into the comment section, and I will pick a winner on next week's show, and I'll send them a yo-yo as well. 2 yo-yos for the price of none.
There you go. Not bad. Gabe, let's send it home, baby.
All right. I am excited that we had such a fun show today. A lot of good laughs, a lot of good information. Thanks again for everybody showing up tonight. I hope everybody has a fun, not too exciting, but exciting enough weekend that lasts for a long time, because you know how it is. The weekends just seem to just fly by. And then we'll be back next week, next month, for some more fun, some more comic book talk.
You're right. Next month already. Well, I say already, but January was long. January
was 5 weeks. It was a 5 Wednesday week. So
it was. It really was. But it's now going to be the month of love. Shall we see some loving books hit the aftermarket sales? We'll see. But
I want to see more war murder covers
in the month of February. Yeah,
I want to see more guys getting shot in the back.
Yeah. That would be hilarious if that's what trends in the month of February. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in, watching the Shakers with us. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, show some love, hit the comment section below. Let us know what you guys thought of these books. And of course, join the Cover Price crew this Monday for Comics Covered. And we'll be back with the top 10 next Tuesday. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Peace out.
See you.
For the entire crew, this is Tebow saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.